Hi! I don't know if you guys even remember me. My name is Shelby. I used to make videos on this channel that were beauty related when I was in my late teens and early 20s. Now I am back in my mid 20s. I'm 25. So it is nice to see you guys again. If you remember who I am, then that's good. I appreciate that. If you don't, then that's fine. I can't force you to remember. But recently I have been having this feeling like I really wanted to make videos again, so I decided what the hell I would. And I kind of just wanted to pop back on here and say hello, tell you guys some things that have been going on in my life, and kind of talk about where I was thinking about going with this and seeing if anyone has any kind of input and if I can even be still relevant at all. I feel like so many of the people who made beauty videos when I was making beauty videos now have gone off on such different paths, and so it's just crazy to me. But I definitely am not into makeup the way I used to be into makeup. Like I have makeup on right now, but my makeup bag, I literally use the things in it and nothing else. Like there's not a lot of variety. I found what I like and I use it. So I'm really into astrology though. I am very into yoga, meditating. I'm a big reader. I've had a lot of life experience, so I have a lot of advice to give and a lot of funny stories. I'm super big into music. I am such a music nerd. I love pretty much everything. I am never afraid to like pull out my phone and Shazam songs. People will make fun of me for it, and I'm like, I'm not gonna remember the name of this song or like the lyrics, so I want to know what it is. Like that's the point of this app. I don't like people who like to shame other people for what they like to do. If you want to make avocado toast all the time, go for it. I'm the kind of person that makes avocado toast all the time. If you want to, drink pumpkin spice lattes and wear Ugg boots, go for it. Like whatever makes you happy, whatever floats your boat, go for it. If it doesn't float my boat and you try to make it float my boat, then that's when I'm like, yo, I don't want the pumpkin spice on my boat. Can we get that off my boat? Because I don't like it. But keep it on your boat. More for you. So, yeah, what else? I am an avid reader. I don't know. I'm trying to think. I am trying to get back into like surfing and paddleboarding. I love being outside. I used to travel a lot. But I have had to kind of stop that. I started taking care of my family, and that took a lot of my financial resources because I was financially supporting them for a couple years, and I was working 2 jobs. I still work 2 jobs. I'm still paying quite a bit of money since they still live with me. Trying to go back to school in the fall. I know it's kind of early fall right now. This program that I want to get into doesn't start until November, but I called the school that it's at in May, and I saw online they only had this hybrid course available in April of next year, and I was like, that's like 11 months away. I can't wait that long. And I was like, hey, like, do you guys have another course coming up that maybe just isn't listed on the site yet? This, that, and the other. No, everything that we have right now is going to be listed, yada, yada, yada. And so I was like, are you serious? Because I have an ex-boyfriend of mine who did this program, and he did it in August. And so that's why I was like, oh, May to August, that'll be great. But recently I found out that they have programs starting in November. They just have a lot more requirements than they did when my ex was in school. And I don't know if I'll be able to get all my ducks in a row by November. I would love to say I can, but I'm not sure. So we will see. But it's an accelerating nursing program. I did not think I wanted to be a nurse. It's funny, the ex-boyfriend that I have that did this schooling, I was dating while he was in school, so I helped him. My mom is a nurse, or at least she used to be. And so I have a lot of knowledge because my mother does, and then also a lot of people in my family have severe medical conditions that are necessary to know a lot about. And so I just have a good general knowledge base. And he would always tell me, he's like, you should go to school for nursing. And I was just always like, nope, I don't like blood. I don't like needles. And so that just was like always very off-putting to me. But nursing is so much more than that. And so it's just a period of time that you have to deal with all those things. And then you can go into different fields and really use it to go further. I just don't see myself ever having the time to go to traditional college and get a 4-year degree at this point in my life. Maybe one day. And at least with nursing too, I know that you know, it's always going to be needed, and I can always further my education with it. I wanted to be a teacher, which you can also further your education, but I just don't think with my lifestyle that I like to live that I want to be committed to that set schedule, and people's kids are just assholes. And I get, like, in a nursing setting, like, people are assholes, but, like, dealing with the same kids every freaking day, especially if one's a jackass, and you know you're gonna have more than one that's a jack. My really good friend Tia has just gotten her teaching degree, and I know she's gonna be great, but I just kind of have gotten my fill of children. I nannied for a long time. I babysat. One of the kids broke their parents' flat screen TV by throwing my shoe at it, which it was a flip-flop, not like any kind of heavy shoe, and I'm just done. What else can I tell you guys? Since I've been not been making videos, I have 6 tattoos. I have 13 piercings. I only have 1 piercing in right now though, my tragus. And then you can only see 2 of my tattoos. The other ones are all on my ankles and then my feet. So I try to keep them kind of hidden. Obviously this is kind of noticeable, but they're both small. All of my tattoos are pretty small. What else? So within the past 2 years, I have gone through some hard times, and if I sound like I'm making light of any of this, I am, because I don't want to get too deep in this video, but I have definitely had some struggles with drinking in the past 2 years, just to try to escape the issues that I was having. I have had some severe mental health issues in the past 2 years. I had a relapse with self-harming that was really difficult to deal with. That was something I never thought was ever going to happen to me again. I haven't self-harmed since I was like 13 or 14 years old. So for it to happen like 10 years later was just a very jarring feeling to me. I almost feel like the past 2 years of working so much and, you know, just having so much on my shoulders and so much pressure on me, I kind of feel like I was a completely different person. And I've woken up from like this nightmare, which I know sounds bad. Like, I know that I was consciously making all these choices, but I just don't feel like I was myself. Like, I have this like certain way of talking to myself that I was not doing for the past 2 years. Like, when I hurt myself, that was not like something I would have been able to do. Like, when I had this voice, like, that I would use. So that happened. And after that happened, it was a very quick jump to like, oh, well, you know, suicidal thoughts. And very recently, within the past like few months, I had a suicidal, it was a very like, it was a like just right across my brain, like not even a conscious thought, a subconscious thought. And I had that little voice in my head, and I was like, Shelby, you're being over dramatic. You can do something to change the situation. There's no need to make it that severe. So figure out what you need to do. And since then, I have had that voice, and I have been, like I told myself earlier, I was upset about something. I was like, this is how it is. This is how it needs to be. This is how you need to feel about it. You're being ridiculous. Cut it out. And it's just like my inner self, like just giving myself tough love, because I give other people tough love, and then I get told I'm being mean. I have a very abrasive, very aggressive personality, and I know I do. And I can probably, I'm sure, come off really mean because I don't always phrase things the best, and then also I don't always go about it to sugarcoat things. You know, if you have done something multiple times that's super bad and you know it's bad, I'm not gonna baby you about it. You're making bad choices. Do better. So right now though, I'm not dating. I've been single for like 8 months, and that's crazy to me because I haven't been single since I was like younger than 19. For the past like 7 years, I've always had a boyfriend. And my last relationship was the most toxic relationship I've ever been in, and it was hell. And then he started dating somebody right after we broke up, someone that I knew he was flirting with him while we were dating. We actually broke up on Christmas, if that doesn't tell you how bad it was, but it was never right. Basically, when my family situation happened, I was dating Thomas, if you guys remember him. He was my long-term boyfriend. We dated for like 4 or 5 years. We were really close. I thought we were getting married, but like our relationship had just kind of hit this like lull. He was really unhappy. I was struggling, and we just weren't like seeing eye to eye. And then when everything happened with my family, he kind of felt like I was choosing them, which I understood because we were at the place in our relationship where it was kind of like we needed to go to the next level, like moving in together or something to keep things progressing, because they couldn't just stay the same. And I just kind of regret how we broke up, because I do feel really bad because some stuff happened that was in my control to make different. But I don't think that we should have stayed together, because I think that I would have listened to him and not helped my family and been very resentful towards him, thinking that things may have turned out differently, which he was right about what he said, so I'm not mad. But if I wouldn't have done it, then I wouldn't have known myself, and I would have just always had doubts that I didn't do the right thing. So yeah, but I'm really not talking to any of my friends either, because just drinking, I can't. Like, I'm doing this like 30-day no alcohol challenge. I'm actually setting you guys on that book right now, which I've tried to do this before, and it's always just been like people invite me out. I would never say I'm an alcoholic. I definitely have issues with drinking, but I'm not like an alcoholic where I need to drink. For me, it's like very social, but I put my foot in my mouth. I do silly things. My emotions really like run me. So when I've been drinking, it is not good for anybody involved if I get upset. And it was very easy for me to get upset because I would see my ex out and stuff like that. So it's just not good. So I've been spending a lot of time alone. So I'm doing this like alcohol-free August, and I don't know how long it'll continue after August is over. I don't like to make any predictions, but I really have not had any like want for alcohol besides like subconscious thoughts that just kind of pop up, because that's what my brain is used to doing to relax. I'm also doing the Alo Yoga Mindful Movement 30-day challenge. I didn't start that at the same time. Today is my day 4 of that, and so I still have to do that. But then they have a couple other ones. I want to say there are 2 or 3 other like mindful movement segments that you can do. So I'll probably continue to do that, because I'm trying to get back into practicing yoga. My shirt's so funny. I'm down dog. I told the girl at Victoria's Secret when I bought this, I was like, yeah, I got it for yoga. And then she was like, oh, I get it. I was like, that's the first thing I thought of. I think it's cute. So, what else? I actually ran into my ex the other day, that I broke up with years ago, Thomas, and I have been tripping about it since. Like, I've been very upset. Like I said, it was like I woke up from a nightmare. So when we broke up, I had to take care of my family, so all of that happened, and I was kind of living a very different lifestyle than I have ever been living before. I was going out all the time. I was hanging out with a bunch of people. Like, my life was very different than it was before. And I was dating, and he was dating. He started dating someone very quickly after we stopped dating. I think that I started dating my ex-boyfriend Kevin on June 20th, and I told Thomas about it on the 22nd or the 23rd, and by the 24th he had a girlfriend. And recently we ran into each other, which we do not talk like at all, Thomas and I. We have each other blocked. Like, he's changed his phone number, I've changed my phone number. We do not speak to each other, and that's more so his doing than mine. But I can understand with how the way things ended, and that's just kind of how he was. So I never expected this kid to ever want to talk to me again. I ran into him at Barnes & Noble last week, and we talked, and we hung out for a while, and I gave him my number, and I was like, hey, you know, if you want to talk, you want to hang out, like, let me know. I don't have his number, and he hasn't said anything to me, and I'm kind of upset about it. I don't know if he's going to. Like, he really wants... Oh, so the point is, like, not that I'm, like, getting in between. Him and his girlfriend broke up the week before, so that's obviously why I was like, we can hang out. Like, I wouldn't have done that if he was dating her, because he was so upset. Oh my gosh. But I've just been thinking about him. I'm like, I feel so bad for everything that happened. I miss him. I don't know if I just miss him because I'm lonely. I do miss him as a person, but I don't know. I don't know, dude. I've been very upset about it, though. I was crying the other day. I think he went on a trip, was what he told me. He was thinking about doing that because it was her birthday. Like, I saw him on a Tuesday. The weekend was going to be her birthday, and he took the weekend off from work. And he only works on the weekends, so he had like all this time off, and he was talking about going away. So I think that he's either still on that trip or just getting back. So maybe that's why he hasn't said anything. I don't know. When I saw that to him, he was like, I don't know if people should be friends with their exes. I don't know if that's a good idea to open that door, you know, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, well, I definitely don't have feelings like that. Like, I just, like, and I mean, if we wanted to be friends, I could be friends, like, obviously. But the weird part is that we hooked up that night. So it was just, he was projecting a lot onto me too. Like, just a lot of stuff. I could go into a whole, like, story about that day and everything that happened, but I will spare you guys the details right now. So I don't know what else I can talk about. Can I talk about anything in my backpack? I could show you guys what I keep in my backpack. one day. Oh, I need to put this planner away. I just got a new planner because I tried to start being a planner person in 2019 and I did okay, but I didn't do the best job. And so the planner that I had a lot of like blank stuff, and every time I saw it, it just was like very discouraging. And so the same planner came out for 2020, but it had from August of 19 to December of 2020. So I was like, I'll just get that now and start it now and try to like start new with my planner and really devote myself to it, because I knew I was gonna have to buy this anyway, so it would have meant that I would have had to like take out August through December. So this planner, I love it. It's not like an expensive one or anything. It's like $15. It's by Anna Knapp or Cat, I don't know. It's called the Very Busy Planner. So this is the August 19 to 2020, the end of the year. And so it's a good size. I love this journal because, or this planner, because it's like a journal. Like you have this at the beginning of every month. So I like to color this in and you put your goals, like what worked last month, what could be better, new goals to focus on, like, and then there's like a resolution, and every month is different, like with what they have on that page. And then every week there's like these little journaling prompts. Did you accomplish your goals for 2019? What are you proud of? And they're just cute. I like them a lot. This one says, you deserve a summer vacation. The time to plan is now. What's the most adventurous thing you want to do this summer? And then this is like the spread. So I don't need a lot of room to really write my stuff. I mainly use a planner to keep track of my appointments, keep track of money that I'm depositing in the bank, and just have like written knowledge of what's going on, because sometimes I get bogged down. I'm like, I haven't gotten anything done. And so I'll put in here like the things I have to do, and then start like, I write like money that I've spent, like I went to Sephora, Victoria's Secret, and just little chores that I've done to kind of look at my week and be like, okay, these are the things that I've gotten done. So I started this and I'm very excited about it, and I've already put in like all my paydays and stuff. The one thing I will say, if you've noticed why this is covered with stickers, this is this year's. I don't like the covers of these, or the backs. Like the backs are like a summary of it. I don't like that. They're very abstract, and I don't know. This one is better. I like this one better than I liked this one, which is why this one has more stickers on it. This I randomly put on there the other day. I was like, oh, I'll put that on there. So I definitely like this better, which I didn't even like this that much, but this one I'm not as big of a fan of. So I don't know why they do it like that, but that's why I put stickers on it. I was like, this will be cuter. I'll do it like this. It'll be very personalized. Also, the book I'm reading right now is The Art of Racing in the Rain. If you guys are curious, this is going to be coming out in theaters, I think on Friday, which Friday is tomorrow. So maybe I will go see this. I don't know. I got this book because of my ex-boyfriend. I saw Renee Amberg talk about it at first, which is why I wanted it, but then I totally forgot about it. And recently, when I've been reading more and spending more time at home, when I ran into my ex, he had bought this book. And when I saw it originally, when Renee Amber talked about it, I thought about my ex-boyfriend, because he was very close with his dog, and I knew the dog passed away this year. And so when I saw him, he had bought this book, and it reminded me that I wanted it. But it has made me very sad, because I was also closer to his dog when we were dating, and I just know how like heartbreaking it was for him. And so reading this is really hard for me, because I think about him and Aiden, which was his dog, and especially because like this guy has an old BMW and he's super into cars and stuff, and it just really reminds me of Thomas in certain ways. So kind of breaks my heart a little bit, but I guess, you know, that's life. So it's a good book. It's a quick read. I'm like halfway through it, and I only started it, I didn't even read it yesterday. I think I started it the day before yesterday, so Tuesday. And I got to like page 150, and then yesterday I didn't touch it. So I have to go throw some laundry in the wash, and then I'm probably going to do some yoga. Maybe then I'll read, because I got a lot of my writing stuff done today at work. The only thing that I didn't get done that I need to work on is my Leo journal. So I buy these from Spirit Daughter, and I love them. This is the new moon little journal, so it's for the sun season and the new moon. And so this is for Leo season, and you do these aspirations and stuff, and then you do all these questions for the new moon, and they're just very like deep questions to really get you in touch with yourself. And then you intention set, and you make affirmations, and then this is this week. So it's like building and elevating. Like this week I'm attracting, I'm embracing, I'm grateful for, I'm amplifying. And I will say that as bad as this sounds, I have never finished one of these completely. And I've only started doing them within the past 2 months. So it hasn't been that many like seasons that I've had. But I've gotten like a majority of them done. But then like I'll always miss like a week because I forget. And so I try to catch up. And then by the time I do, it's just not happening. So I have to do this, and I'm probably going to work on that tomorrow. I also have you have the full moon one too, which this one is just for the full moon, and there are always a ton of questions. I think there's like 10 in there. Yeah, 10. So I really need to set time aside for this. And so the full moon that's coming up is in Aquarius, and that's going to happen on August 15th. And I love the full moons. Like, I just get so excited. I love the new moons too, but full moons are all about like releasing, and I really enjoy that because normally I burn some stuff because that's the kind of person I am. So I hope you guys enjoyed this, and hopefully you guys will like to see something else from me. I don't know what else I can do, but I'm gonna figure something out. I hope you guys are having a good day.